Hi, welcome to another Junior Statistics video. In this video, we're going to chat about frequency tables. Now, a frequency table is a table that is used to collect and record the data. Frequency means how many. Right, let's get into example one. Place the following data into a frequency table. Now, we've got the favorite takeaways from some students. Now, this data, can't be New Zealand students because there's no fish and chips. This data is called qualitative data. Qualitative data, if you remember from the first couple of videos, is data that characterizes or puts into groups. And this is what we're doing. We're putting people into groups, whether they like Subway or Noodle Canteen or so on. Okay, so here's our frequency table is what it's going to look like. In the first column, we've got the type of takeaway, McDonald's, Burger King, KFC, Pizza, Subway, Noodle Canteen. And the second column is going to be a tally. We're going to just put a mark every time we have a student who prefers that. And in the last column is our frequency. We're going to count up how many of each. So let's work through it. McDonald's, there were 5 people, so we put 5 marks in the tally column and we're at the number 5 in frequency. There were nobody that likes Burger King. There were 2 people for KFC, 7 people for pizza, 8 for Subway. This looks to be the most popular for this survey, and 2 people for Noodle Canteen. Now we're going to add up the frequency column. So we add up all those numbers in the frequency column. We'll get 24. So that tells us there were 24 people in the survey. All right, example 2. Let's move on to this one. Place the following data into a frequency table. This is the number of siblings. Now, siblings basically means how many brothers or sisters do you have. Now, this data is quantitative data. Quantitative data is data that is numbers, numerical. It's also discrete data. Discrete data means it has to be counted, because when we went and asked how many brothers and sisters, how many siblings, they had to count up in their head, yeah, I've got this many brothers and sisters. Discrete data cannot be decimals. I can't get 1.6 people, 1.6 brothers or sisters. So it must be whole numbers. All right, here's the frequency table. I've got siblings down the left-hand column from 0 through to 7. And I've got my frequency column, how many in the right hand. I don't have a tally column. I don't always need it. Sometimes it's useful if there's a lot of data to keep track. Sometimes you might not want one. All right, how many people had no siblings? 1 of them. How many people had 1 sibling? 7 people have 1 other brother or sister. 2 people have 5, no, I said that wrong. 5 people have 2 other brothers or sisters. 3 people have 3 siblings. 2 people have 4 siblings. 1 person has 5 siblings. Nobody has 6. And 1 person in the survey has 7 siblings, which means plus themselves, they'd have 8 children in the family. Okay, once again, I've totaled up the frequency column. I've added that up to get 20. So there were 20 people in the survey. All right, place the following data into the frequency table. This is the heights of 9WAN, and it's in centimetres. Now, the tallest man was 272 centimetres, by the way. Okay, now this data is quantitative, but it's continuous because it can take on any range of values. We can get decimal points when we measure. Okay, notice I've put them into groups now. So the group of 140 with a dash means any person that is 140 centimetres up to, but less than 145. This here, 155 dash, means anybody who is 155 centimetres and greater, but not taller than 160. And 175 to 180 means anyone between 175 and 180. So let's count them up as we go. There was 1 person in this group, 1 person in this group, 3 people in this group, 8 people in this group, 3 people in this group, 1 person in this group, 2 in this group, and 1 in this group. And I've totaled it up to make 20, a survey of 20. All right, my last example, basically this is what we call a comparative frequency table, where we have 2 bits of data side by side, males and females, hours slept, and you can see we can compare males and females when we do our analysis. All right, hey, that's great. Thanks for listening in on the video.